Morning guys, this is the old pre-Parkrun Waffle. So today, as you probably found out from the link you just clicked on, from Alderley Park, it was going to be Delamere, but for some bizarre reason, and I really don't know the ins and outs of it, I don't believe what was said, but they cancelled Delamere due to lack of volunteers on a Wednesday morning, which was really odd. I mean, typically they have 22, 24 volunteers minimum every week at Delamere. Now, I don't know if the RD wanted the weekend off, because I don't think they've got that many RDs down there. I don't know what's going on with that one, because they've had a situation in the past where the RDs had a bad back and they're just cancelled. And there's no other RDs just to step in, or event directors. What's going on there? Normally there's 3 or 4 per parkrun, you know, and they have it on a rota, so people don't get, you know, like bored of it really, and I can take a break and burned out. But there's a lot of you know, work sorting out a parkrun. But yeah, so that was odd. So Delamere B route is off this week. Hopefully they'll put it back on in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, so I'm here at Alderley Park. Alderley Park is like, it bases around this. This is like 2 laps around like a Radnor Woods. Radnor Woods it's all, there's a science park out here. Years ago it used to be AstraZeneca, but it's all sorts of other bits now. I've been here doing a summer 5 mile. Just every July there is a race. I think that's run by Run Northwest events or something like that. And you just park up on the other side of it, so probably more towards the south side of the actual complex. And you start near the glass house, and then you go off obviously into the trails and whatever. And that's 2.5 mile laps. But this, obviously, being Parkrun, is just 2.5k. Well, 2k laps probably, and there's an out section and a back section, which I would imagine will just make up for the 5k. So apparently there's funny stories of people finishing earlier than what they should, and they run back to the finish area and set themselves a new like Parkrun course record in about 10 minutes or something. But yeah, you've got to go back and do it again. So it's quite funny. But yeah, so this is just nothing real. It's like compacted gravel, hardcore. Most of the actual trail paths, obviously you get tree roots and mud and stuff like that, but yeah, it's obviously you'll see from the POV, it's not too bad to run on with normal road shoes. So I think the point I'm making is you would think it is a trail only shoe, like trail shoe running only. In really wet and really muddy conditions, probably you might need a bit of trail, but you can get away with roads. So I've got the roads on, but they're a bit grippier at the moment because I've not done that many miles on them. So less than 100 miles. So, and the Gore-Tex as well, so they get a bit of protection from a bit of water and stones and stuff flicking up. So I'll probably go with these today, and see how I go. Yeah, so this is Parkrun number 101. Obviously got the 100th last week at Hay. Nice to have my picture taken with Hay Fever group. I'd love to be part of the little running group and get out and be part of all that, but just working shifts and stuff and all the stuff that's going on back and forward to hospitals and stuff, and it's like, just can't do it. Just not possible at all. So yeah, so, and the sun's coming out now. It said it was going to be a bit windier, breezier today, so but I thought I'd come here because it might be a bit more sheltered in the wood. There's a few on, and I've got them on the list. I had about another 4 to choose from, but I decided to come here instead. So hopefully this will be all good. I tried to get a ticket from the parking machine, but it just wasn't spitting anything out. So I don't know if it's just out of tickets or It's apparently free parking for 2 hours, and then it's £1 for every hour afterwards. There's toilet facilities somewhere off in the building, and I think there's a little coffee van that turns up, so you can grab yourself a coffee from a little van if you need something like that. I don't know if you do anything else other than coffee, but you might just be coffees and teas and stuff and lattes. But yeah, so there's a few vehicles parked up now since I've got in. I think I was pretty much the second one in, but yeah. So yeah, so you just walk from this car park, Radnor Woods car park. So it's like the first one as you come in on the north entrance. So you just go past the little security little booth, and then you turn left immediately, and then you just follow it up to this car park. If you're coming in here, never done this one before. And there's all sorts of wildlife around. There's like cranes and all sorts of stuff, and some big beastie birds and stuff. So you got to watch out for them. Just walking across, cause we'll just walk across your path going into the mere, which is just over this little rise where I'm in the car park. So I'm gonna go and see if I can get into the building for the toilet. See if they actually open at this time in the morning. I don't know, but yeah, it's not particularly warm today. About 6 degrees with a bit of a wind chill as well, so it takes it down to probably about 2 or 3. So not fantastic. So I might run with a jacket on, even though I might regret it. It might just deflect a bit of that wind. I don't know yet. I'll make a decision in a bit. But I've got the new 100 top on as well, so I might not wear the jacket. I've got gloves with me, so I might be okay. Right. So anyway, I think that's enough for Waffle. Yeah. So I've got some interesting parkruns coming up for April. No parkrun next weekend because I'm working, but then there'll be a good 3 or 4 parkruns which might look interesting on POV. I think I don't think many people have put really recent POVs of them as well, so they're like a couple of years old, or there's some people with shaky footage or hyperlapse on stuff like that. But and then what I'll be doing, I'll be intermixing some parkruns going back to ones which I want to set a new like course PB on. That is not overall course PB, that's just my PB, of course. So I will be putting things in where I've been before. So I definitely going to plan to go back to Watergrove and Sutton Manor, and I'll probably go back to Witton and Wepper and all those other places as well. So anyway, right, that's it. That's enough Waffle, definitely. And I'll see how I get on with this one. Hopefully it'll be all right. Average time around is about 29 something. So I'm hoping I can get below that. Try and get. Well, I did 28 odd at hay last week, so if I do low 28s, maybe to 27s, hopefully, maybe something like Kew Woods. I would hope for a similar time to Kew Woods actually, because Kew Woods is sort of similar, but this wind is a bit. You might be able to hear it. It's already rocking my car. So. Right, anyway, I'm off, and I'll catch you later, guys. Let's see. Hopefully it's a good one. All right.